Hello, today is October 2nd, and we're going to make a very quick video for a fall tour and show you what we've done this year, a little bit of progress on some of the plants, and view some things that have been in for a little while. So here we go. Our first stop is going to be down to the food forest, which actually we had some severe winter damage this year. It hit 41 below in January, and that seemed to damage some of the apple trees. That one though did quite well. That's State Fair. Other ones not so good, and I'll show you some of that up here. Here's the Parkland that produced lots of apples this year. New Orleans, this is the one that didn't do very well. You can see it's got pretty bad damage down here. I'm going to cut this way down to the bottom here. I think that might be fire blight there. And otherwise, more apples. New Orleans. This is Avenarius. It looks like it might have some problems. We're going to spray real well with fungicides, which we have neglected to do so far, and I guess that's critical with apples, so we'll have to start doing that next year. Plus, we need to make sure that this grass doesn't grow up too high, because that's cutting into our airflow. So we've got that's Manny Miller. It died all the way back. We have a Stacy over here. It's dormant now, but that was actually leafed out all the way up to the top, so maybe that one survived. 41 below. Another pair over down there. That one there, right here, right there. And this one down here are Comus seedlings. Ate a Comus pear and just planted the seeds, and they actually seem to be doing okay. Not much but grass and weeds down here. We'll get to this next year, hopefully. The Aronia. Here's our black ice plum. It kind of came back, died back below the snow line, but it's still there. And then we got Aronia here with its red leaves. Beautiful fall color. Although most fall color is gone now. It was really beautiful a couple of weeks ago with everything going on here. We have a meteor. This is a North Star cherry that we can just pull that off of. Got a cherry off them this year, but hopefully we'll get more next year. This is wow, look at this wood, looks great. This is an Evans cherry. Didn't get any cherries this year, but it didn't bloom either, so not too bad on that one. More just weeds. All right, so let's head down. Next in line is our vineyard, which we just got done putting in a couple of weeks ago. Some of you probably saw it on Facebook. We're on Facebook at Solitude Springs Farm and Vineyard, and you can like us there. I'm going down past the peony beds that still have lots of peonies in them. We'll get around to that one of these years. So down here is our vineyard. You can't see a whole lot except for some grass, but there are some things sticking up here and there. Some have lost their leaves. Actually, some got frosted. We got hit, let's see, 29, 28, 28 on the 29th, 30th, and 1st of October. And so some of them they still had leaves on them. After the porcupine ate them all off. Some got zapped by the frost. Here's Valiant's. Not too impressed with this. I got one here that's hardened off several inches of the cane, but that's about it on that one. The most impressive one, as we've seen in years past, is, let's see, down here is our Emmer one, which we just it's a seedling that we numbered. So this is C16. It is slow to go dormant. It's supposed to go faster, but we'll see. This is Pinchback down here. This is Zilga. It's got some nice cane hardened off down to there. It'll probably survive well. It's a 40 below vine. Here's Emmer 1, completely wood all the way up to the top. Leaves are gone even before the porcupine came around, and it is all hardened off. Some other ones, smatterings of things. Here's another Amarensis vine, same as Emmer 1. And you'll notice that it is not hardened off very far up. This one though looks a little better. And this one here, our fourth Amarensis vine, that actually is hardened off fairly well too. Found out that they're dioecious, so we have male and female plants, and so we're gonna see which one Emmer 1 is and the others that I've got growing. See if we can get any of them to ripen early enough to produce seeds and then cross them, because we had, let's see, we put in, oh my gosh, how many rows do we have? We've had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rows, I think, of grapes in here now. Madeline Angevine, I know. And that is a Mueller Thurgau seedling. And this is Agria. Didn't do too well. Got some berries off it. You'll see those on Facebook. I'm going to try and bury that one for the winter. This is Pinot Noir. Precoce, I guess, precoce. It's supposed to be a very early one. It's kind of slow to harden off, but leaves are falling off. But no, I don't know. And then this is Sigreva. This one, I think this is the vine. Yeah, we got three grapes off of this. The first one was actually quite good. It was surprising. Acid was already dropped, which for a growing season of 120, when I picked it off, we had 122 days, 23 days maybe, and only 860 growing degree days this year. So that's quite low, a bit lower than what that one's used to. It's used to like 1400. But the acid had already dropped, and it wasn't all that tasty. It did have some black pepper in it, though. It was kind of interesting taste. We'll try that again next year if it survives. Those are on own roots, so they are they will sprout back next year as long as the roots survive. This is our row that we just planted out yesterday. That is all kiwis. Arjutas in the first part, and Colomictas or Arctic kiwis in the second part. Here is a row of weedy Columbia Star blackberries, and then this one and that one up there are very weedy rows of black diamond, which we got this year, and then realized that black diamonds die off severely, even more than wild treasure, when the temperature gets to 12 below with almost no snow cover. So they might go. We're looking at a new variety to get next year, Columbia Sunrise, which is supposed to be earlier than any of the other thornless, but I doubt it'll be as early as wild treasure, just because wild treasure is half wild and it's very adapted to up here, except for the winters, of course. Move, Chica. She wants to go on the tour. Some blueberries we got to pick. Now this is really surprising. This trailer we just moved in, back in like last weekend. That whole area of black, all the way back to the cinder blocks back there, was full of plants this year. And so was this here. And in front of the pickup. And we have that, which are all peonies, and then a few tubs of peonies left. That's it. Everything else has been planted. We're going gangbusters. Got the four-wheeler. Ignition switch changed. Plow on. Oil changed. Rewired the... Sorry, I'm breathing hard. Trying to do this fast. Rewired the winch on that because they had really jerry-rigged the connection. All right, up to the bramblery where the porcupine had lots of fun. He ripped the leaves off, he broke canes, yeah. Usually have wild treasure right there, covered by now, and he doesn't bother it, but not this year. Stanielsons, I think they're coming out because I just don't get any berries off them of any decent size. And there's Marion, again this year, probably 20 feet, 22 feet from tip to tip on canes. Pretty much typical. We have a few things over here of some nice Metolius growth here. That's got probably about a 6-foot cane there off of it. See how that does this winter. And our siskiyous all blended into the grass. I got overrun with grass this year because we spent so much time on everything else, or it was raining, which we did a lot of this year. Okay, so the last stop, I think it's the terraces, where we've got more apple trees planted, cherry trees planted. So down here we've got apple trees. Can't really see them because most of them have leaves off of them already. Aronia, cherries, maple. A maple right there. We'll see how it does. And then we'll go up higher. Still have the peonies in here. We'll be taking the peonies out next year because it turns out they don't like our rocky soil and it scars the stems. Plus, you know, my goal, honestly, since I grew up in Fresno and surrounded by grapes, I want this whole area to be grapes. But anyway, got currants, gooseberries, raspberries, far off over there, raspberries. Our flower garden up here, which we put a bunch of stuff in, and then we're gonna put some bulbs in pretty soon, like today and tomorrow, maybe. That's all planted out. Oh, and our lupin. It's almost to the top flowering. Look at that. And that is from a seed. That's from a seed that germinated last year, overwintered. They love it up here. What else can I show you? That's probably about it. We've spent a lot of time planting and planting and planting this year. Now we just have to get to the our view. Not too much of a view today. We have a Chinook wind. Wind's coming out of the south of the Alaska Range, so they tend to build up clouds, but we're in a rain shadow right now, so it's not raining today. Not at this point. And of course Denali, which should be in the center of the picture over there, is shrouded in clouds, so we can't see that today. But anyway, we will go, next year we will focus more on identifying the appropriate cultural procedures that we need to follow to get more of this stuff to ripen and keep the wasps away, which they just decimated everything this year, or tried to, and get the blackberries to overwinter better, and then let's see, what else? And the grapes, and that'll be our focus for next year. We're limiting ourselves on plants that we're ordering in this year. We do have an order in for some, several pear trees and an apple tree. But other than that, the Cascade Sunrise blackberries, probably not a lot of anything else, except we might get some more seeds in for Riparia and Amarensis grapes, since it's going to be hard to find some that just happen to have the right characteristics for this area. So anyway, with that, we will leave you, and like I said, like us on Facebook, Solitude Springs Farm and Vineyard, and you can view our progress. I try to update it once a week. Our blog site, which you can get to from our website, which is solitudespringsfarm.com. We update that maybe a couple of times a year, but I'm hoping to do a complete winter recap on that. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.